I guess my question would be, why do you engage with constituents considering some of the complaints in the past? And wouldn't it just be easier not to call them names and not to talk to them? Don't you think you should kind of be above that as an alderman?
Well, I mean, I think I do stay above that. I think that the problem is that citizens want an answer, and I think that I try to give them an answer, and when I do, some of them don't like the answer that they have, and they take it to the next level. And when I try to step out, they continue to make claims and allegations that are completely untrue. And I think in this particular instance, I think that this constituent has just gone way beyond what is allowed to treat anybody, not just their alderman, but another individual.
In what context? Because there's been quite a bit of back and forth, you're saying, on social media.
Well, I mean, there's been an incredible amount of misinformation that's been spread. There's been such libel spread by this lady, this particular lady. And I mean, it's become to the point where there's something wrong here. And, you know, if you continue to ignore it and don't answer it, some people might tend to believe that.
So, do you feel that you made fun of her as a handicapped individual? You said that she was flailing her arms and people were laughing at her. Is that an appropriate thing for her alderman to say?
I think that she came to that event in a political charged way. I think that she was flailing her arms and speaking or yelling incoherently as she was moving or going around. She almost hit a child. She almost hit a police horse in the process itself. We don't know why she did that. I mean, it was a neighborhood event. I've heard multiple sides of the story from other people about what she said and all. It was not a fundraiser for me or whatever. I participate just like anyone else in the neighborhood. I was there helping to move it along, to set it up and everything else. As for me, is it the right thing for an alderman to do? I mean, I wasn't making fun of her. I think that she came there to promote her candidate, and she did so, and I didn't say a word to her.
Except on Instagram, where you made fun of her and said everybody was laughing at her.
I don't think I said that on Instagram. I think it was on Facebook, and I said she came and flailing, and I said, I believe I said something about laughing, and I said, yeah, there were people that were laughing thinking how crazy this is and all. This is not normal. This is not something that you would see at an event, somebody just coming up in there to try to be disruptive of an event that was basically for young children and small children and their families.
So she said she was riding around on the pavement around.
She was?
When one of your people went up and took pictures of her. Is that accurate?
Not one of my people. We had a photographer there that was taking pictures of everything, and the photographer, just like your photographer, if they saw something that was out of the norm, would probably take photos. And yeah, they did take a photo of her riding around.
And you thought there was nothing unusual about taking the photo?
Absolutely not. I mean, at the way this person was behaving and all that, I think taking a photo would have been extremely the right thing to do.
And so if she was being that disruptive, why didn't the police get involved? I mean, she says she was doing nothing until your people came up and took a picture of her and she went home.
No, she rode around. That's not true. She actually rode around the park twice, around the whole park twice, and then I believe she left. She was offered something to drink and something to eat. She chose not to engage or come and join us.
So is it true that in the past, I know not this weekend, but in past social interactions that you have called her lazy and other derogatory names? Is that accurate?
She and I have exchanged words. She's also, though, made some very serious libelous allegations against me that are unproven, and she's also made spread some misinformation and continues to spread misinformation about our community that's not true. And I feel like, as her alderman and as the person that she's personally attacking, that I owe it to everyone to clear the air and give my side of it.
Are you sorry this happened? Are you sorry that she feels that she was maligned because she's handicapped?
I am not sorry that this happened. What I am sorry about is that she has used this situation for political gain, and she obviously is using her disability as a crutch here to get some kind of political message out. I have no doubt that that she has some kind of political agenda behind all of this, and the reality is that there are many, many great people out there with disabilities that contribute very positively to the community that we don't see anything like this from, that never engage and do the kind of things that she has done.
So don't mean to be argumentative,
Yeah.
but are you honestly asserting that an older woman in a scooter with a sign riding around a park is somehow being disruptive or being unattractive to the handicapped community? She has a right to support a candidate of her choice, right?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I told you when we started this, she has a right to support any candidate that she wants. I don't think that she had a right, though, to put a child that she was almost hit or running into a police horse. I don't think she had that right to do it. I also don't think that that a neighborhood event where people were trying to enjoy themselves with young children and all, and in the neighborhood trying to engage and bring people together, is a place to try to divide people. I don't walk into any events with my campaign signs, or would not tolerate any of my supporters that were doing that as well. I would speak out against my supporters that would do that. So, I mean, for her to be supportive of any candidate, yeah, sure, but there's a place to do that, and this wasn't the place to do it.
And you don't feel that she's been insulted by you or anyone because she's handicapped, is that correct?
No, I do not feel that her handicap is any part. I think that her comments and her insults and her attacks, whether able or disabled, are uncalled for. I think that her handicap has nothing to do with this whatsoever. I think that what she's doing is grasping at straws at trying to bring sympathy to a situation that she probably wishes she hadn't done.